A target is only unreasonable because of the time frame allocated to achieving that sales target. In this video, we're going to look at the things you can do to compress time, because if you compress time, you can be able to achieve that target in record time. My name is Iyore. I've trained over 25,000 salespeople across 5 countries: Nigeria, Ghana, USA, UAE, Rwanda. I'm an author of several books and resources on sales, and I'm featured on a lot of media platforms to talk about successful selling. I worked in an organization where I was given a target to sell to 20 HNIs in a single month, and I was able to bring in 21 high net worth individuals in that month. I also participated in a sales competition where I won, and I was sent for the World Cup for an all-expense paid trip. I also moved to another organization where I was able to open my portfolio by over 100% in just 11 months. I'm CEO for Ultravantage and a specialties in Salesforce management, meaning that I work with organizations to optimize their results and help their sales teams achieve their records, their sales targets in record time. Ladies and gentlemen, we started yesterday talking about crushing sales targets, and this is a continuation of the video. Now, when you have a sales target before you, we must understand that we must use what we call leverage. If I gave you, for example, 50 bags of cement to carry, it would be impossible to carry it. However, if you had a lever, maybe a pulley or something, or a machine or a car, that's a leverage for you to be able to move the 50 bags of cement to the destination in one go. So when you're thinking of achieving sales targets, there are things you must leverage. There are external things you can leverage, and there are internal things you can leverage. Part of what you can leverage on the inside is part of what we talked about yesterday, which was the possibility thinking, which was the ability to realize that these sales targets can be met, these sales targets can be achieved. So the first thing to leverage to be able to achieve any sales target is your state management, emotional management, managing how you feel on the inside. Think of your emotions like trying to walk on a straight line. The more you stay on that straight line, the faster you can get to the destination. However, if you're trying to go on that straight line, maybe it's a bridge, and for some reason you're walking out of the line, it's like you're falling off the bridge and you're having to come and start all over again. So when you think of your emotions when it comes to selling, think of the fact that you want to stay on that straight line. You want to maintain the right emotions, and that's what makes selling really difficult. You see, selling is not difficult because you have to go and talk to people, or because you have to get to a particular place, or because you have to face the rejection. Yes, that's part of it. However, the main difficulty is maintaining the right emotional state for a prolonged period. Maintaining that state. So this means that you want to keep yourself in perfect peace. Oh, there's a scripture in the Bible that says, "Thou will keep him in perfect peace, he whose mind is stayed on thee." This means that the more you're in peace, the more you have your emotions in order, the faster and sooner you can get to that destination of meeting that sales target. Now, there are many factors that can come into play to make you dissuade you and take you off the emotions. For example, if the time to meet the sales target is getting close and you realize that you're far from the target, your emotions can start to sway you and take you off. But if you can practice getting your emotions in order, maybe for example by using affirmations, by talking to yourself, reminding yourself that it's possible, that it can be done, that even if you are not, that because you're far away from the target, which is normal, doesn't mean that things can still happen for you to be able to get in line to meet that target. When we also talk about using your emotions to leverage and bring sales, you must understand that the word emotions refers to energy in motion. How you feel per time, ladies and gentlemen, is based on what you're focusing on. If you're focusing on things that make you unhappy, it will affect your emotions. I'll give you an example. Imagine if you went for a party, and after the party, I called you and I said, "How was the party? How did it go?" And you told me, "Oh wow," or rather, I told you, "Can you take a picture of the party for me?" And you took a picture of when people were eating, dancing. I would say it was a lovely party because that's what you focused on. However, if when you were taking a picture of the party, I called you and you were outside, and I just said, "Okay, can you just turn around and take a picture of the party?" And when you turn around, the shots you took, or the shots I saw, was a shot of the dustbin area. That would mean, and that's what I focused on. It's the same party, but you see, that would automatically mean that, wow, man, that was not a good place at all. You focused on the dustbin area, or you focused on the part where people had a disagreement or were arguing, and you focused on that. That would immediately affect my emotions, or that would affect my perception of how the party was going. So my point is that what you focus on per time, what you put your mind on per time, where you channel your energies to, is what will affect how you feel per time. So you want to allocate your energies during the day rightly, setting your mind on the right things. You also want to make sure that you prioritize when are your energy levels the highest. Because you know that when you focus on activities, when your energy levels are the highest, it affects your emotions. Imagine somebody doing cold calling after lunch hours. You've just had lunch, After lunch, postprandial hypoglycemia sets in. This means that you start to feel kind of drowsy, kind of sleepy after eating lunch. Imagine if that's the time you want to do cold calling. That may not be your best time at your highest energy levels. Or imagine if you want to have a meeting immediately after you have a disagreement with someone. That may not be the best time. So you want to channel and structure your day for your highest energy levels early in the morning. You want to make your cold calls. Somebody says, but if I make cold calls early in the morning, won't people that may not be the best time in terms of traffic and other things. See, I want you to understand that when we talk about cold calling and some of these activities, because it's cold calling, there is no perfect time. Because in the first place, the person is not even expecting you, doesn't even know you. So you can't really tell the timing of the person. Except maybe your cold calling is specific list. Maybe you're cold calling medical doctors. So you can have an idea that, this time may not be good for medical doctors. But if you don't know who you're calling and it's a general cold call, any time can work. My point is that allocate your energies right. If there are reports you need to do, if there are strategies you need to work on with your team, if there's some planning you need to do, allocate the energies right. Because that would affect your mental focus. Another thing you can also do, ladies and gentlemen, to drag your emotions to be where it's supposed to be is your diet. So you have to take charge of your emotions. Like it's a tool. Your diet. If you eat junk food a lot, your energy levels will be very low, which will affect your emotions. If you don't eat any form of fruits or vegetables or anything healthy, but you eat pure carbs, you don't eat any protein, you don't eat a balanced diet, your energy levels will drop. If you also wait till you're very hungry before you eat, you're so famished before you eat, it will drop your energy levels as well. So you need to make a conscious effort to get your energy levels in order. I'll give you an example. I remember when I was working in a financial institution, of course, we had some really hard sales targets. I realized the importance of diets. So I couldn't afford to always go out of my way to go and start to look for proper meals. And the ones that were readily available around us were not really so fantastic. So what I did was that thank God, there was a lady who used to come in the afternoon to bring meals to sell to us in the office. I just planned with her, gave her money in advance. I said, see, these are the countries I want to eat. And she was able to organize meals for me specially every day I came to the office. So that kind of arrangement for your diet is very, very key. Another thing you can also do is that making sure that you manage your movements during the day. Move quickly. See, when you move quickly, you think faster. When you think faster, you can be more productive. So try not to drag through your day. Look at how you can move faster, walk faster, increase your pace to make you more effective. Exercise is very powerful. If you already exercise, fantastic. If you don't, you want to look at how you can start to exercise as well. One of our top sales guys, then I asked him, I said, how do you make sure that your energy levels are high during the day? He says he does push-ups every morning. Just does push-ups every morning. So you can start to practice these things to help you get your consciousness of your energy levels to a high point. See, your consciousness of keeping yourself at your highest energy level will make you more persuasive and charismatic. So when you look at energy like a tool, when you look at your emotions like a tool, and you're consciously applying yourself to get your energy levels to the highest point, you find out that you're more charismatic, you're more persuasive, and it's going to affect how you sell. In sales, your energy, your enthusiasm, because see, your emotions, your energy, it breathes into your enthusiasm. And your success in sales is 55% enthusiasm. So if you focus on making yourself more charismatic, more contagious in terms of how you make people feel when they're around you because of your energy, it affects how you sell.